it's all been happening, hasn't it? Sure we'll all remember where we were when we heard the news that Ricky Martin had stated the bleeding obvious. I'm always getting the wrong end of the stick. The other week I heard the news that Camilla Parker Bowles had broken her leg. I naturally assumed she'd been running in the Grand National. It's all right, don't worry. Clarence House have confirmed she won't have to be destroyed. Heather Mills back in the news, being taken to an employment tribunal by a former nanny. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not going to do a cheap gag at the expense of a poor woman with a false leg. That would be prosthetic. What about Jordan? Jordan had to pull out of this weekend's London Marathon. Apparently everyone thinks she's pregnant. She's already got 3 kids, including poor Harvey. That kid might be blind. He can sure find his way to the fridge. And Elizabeth Taylor apparently getting married again for the 9th time. 9th time! Liz, she's 78, her boyfriend's 49. It's like a human game of pass the parcel. You pass the baggage around, when the breathing stops, whoever's holding it wins the prize. And on television this week we saw scenes of tantrums, tragedy. And I'm not talking about the leaders' debate, I'm talking about the return of Britain's Got Talent. Was there ever a television show with a title more ironic? The show that brought us Susan Boyle is back. And following the successful shortening of her name to Subo, this year Simon Cowell will be known as Psycho, Amanda Holden will be known as A-Hole, Piers Morgan has changed his name to Ken Hunt. You have to work that one out yourselves. What about Nick Clegg? A week ago, no one knew who he was. Now, according to the Sunday papers, he's more popular than Winston Churchill. Now, I'm no political guru, but I reckon if you can't get more votes than someone who's been dead for nearly 40 years... So there's the second debate tonight. They're talking about foreign policy. Iceland. Yeah, they shot their volcanic load right over us, grounding our aircraft, closing our airspace, causing mayhem and disruption that Osama bin Laden could only dream of. A massive cloud of dust filled the skies. It was almost as if Amy Winehouse had sneezed. The dust cloud did knock the election out of the headlines briefly, which proves that even a dust cloud has a silver lining. I reckon we should serve Iceland with an ASBO. First, they lose our savings, then they shoot volcanic ash all over us, and if that's not bad enough, they go and put Colleen Nolan in their adverts. Oh, these adverts, they get on my nerves. I'm so gullible, I just get drawn right in. For example, I know they're probably made in a factory by some poor cow on minimum wage. Now, I'm perfectly prepared to believe that Mr. Kipling makes exceedingly good cakes. Honestly, I don't believe in mermaids, the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus, so why am I prepared to accept the existence of Sarah Lee, Aunt Bessie and Captain Birdseye? Captain Birdseye. Would you let your kids go on a boat with a beardy old man in a sailor suit? He's like Birdseye's answer to Gary Glitter. I don't want my debts consolidated by Carol Vorderman. I don't want insurance from a dancing elephant. A DFS, I'll tell you what, just let us know when you're not having a sale. McDonald's, am I loving it? No. Thierry Henry, am I impressed with your va-va-voom? No. Would I like to strangle the Churchill dog? Oh, yes. And why do shampoo manufacturers think there's a way to get women to part with their husbands' hard-earned cash is to appeal to their love of science? One minute it's, oh, my hair's so full of volume, it's so shiny, it's so bouncy. And now the science. In the history of hair care, was there ever a woman that sat there watching one of those adverts and thought, you know what? That molecular structure is going to do wonders for my split ends. Our ads are rubbish. at least as far as I can see, but then I probably should have gone to Specsavers. You've been great, thanks very much.